A teenage boy spends his nights glued to a telescope, secretly watching the woman who lives across the street. Every move she makes draws him in, especially when she heads for the shower. A sly smile spreads across his face as he eats dinner, imitating her gestures, stuffing bread into his mouth as if he's dining with her. Longing just to hear her voice, he dials her number. The woman answers with a soft, "Hello," but the boy freezes, unable to speak. Annoyed, she hangs up. Moments later, he gathers his courage to call again and apologize. But before he can finish, he watches her prepare her bed, only to welcome a sharply dressed man. She rushes to strip off his clothes, leaving the boy devastated. He turns away, heartbroken, yet an idea begins to take root. The next day, he follows her to the supermarket. When he sees her ordering milk, he thinks, if he becomes a milk delivery boy, he'll have the perfect excuse to see her every day. But before his plan takes shape, another man enters her life. This one, unshaven and bohemian, looks like an artist. He's bolder, rougher, even playing with her hair as if claiming her. The boy can't stand it. To break them apart, he calls the gas company, reporting a false emergency. Soon, workers bang on her door, interrupting the couple. From his window, the boy smirks at the chaos. But when the workers leave and the mood is ruined, guilt crashes over him. Anger at his own jealousy, anger at his cowardice. So he takes the milk delivery job after all. Every morning at dawn, his alarm rings at 5. Though exhausted, he carries heavy crates of bottles without complaint, just to stand at her door for a fleeting moment. When she appears, he fidgets nervously, clutching his clothes, too shy to meet her gaze. The exchange lasts only seconds, but to him, it feels like heaven. That night, he spies through his telescope again, but the woman doesn't return home until late. Downstairs, she argues bitterly with the suited man. The artist affair must have been discovered. Back inside, she breaks down, knocking over the bottle of milk he delivered that morning. He watches, pained. Later, she lays a red cloth on her table and plays a dangerous game, sliding scissors between her fingers faster and faster until blood trickles from her hand. The boy, as if to share her suffering, pricks his own finger with a needle and sucks the blood, tasting her sorrow through his own pain. The next day, he slips a fake money order into her mailbox, knowing she'll come to the post office to ask about it. He waits at the counter, hoping to see her face, but the trick backfires. His supervisor realizes the document is false and suspects she is trying to cheat the system. Humiliated, she storms out. The boy chases after her, confessing everything, but she only grows more distant. Finally, he blurts out the truth. He has been watching her all along. She freezes, torn between anger and pity. That night, his phone rings. It's her. Through his telescope, he sees her deliberately move her bed into view. She motions for him to call her again, teasing him. But when he does, she suddenly hangs up and invites the bearded man to her bed instead. Worse, she tells him about the boy's spying. Furious, the man storms out, pounding on the boy's door. Terrified, the boy faces him, but doesn't fight back. The next morning, despite his bruises, he still delivers her milk. When she accidentally knocks him down at the doorway, she notices his injuries. For the first time, she feels a flicker of concern. Yet, when the boy gathers his courage to whisper, "I love you," she laughs coldly, insisting he knows nothing of love. It's just a passing teenage obsession. But her mockery cuts deep. The boy runs off, heartbroken. On the rooftop, he presses ice against his burning ears, trying to calm himself. Later, he summons the nerve to ask her out for ice cream. To his surprise, she agrees. He dances with joy in the street, his milk cart rattling behind him, ignoring the stares of strangers. Dressed in his best suit, he meets her at a cafe. Hand trembling, he repeats his confession of love over and over. Though skeptical, she lets him hold her hand. He tries to act like the older men around them, but his innocence betrays him. Still, for him, this is the happiest moment of his life. Their closeness deepens. He visits her apartment for the first time, mesmerized as she steps out of the shower, water dripping from her hair. When she teasingly asks what he's seen through the telescope, he stammers descriptions of stolen glimpses. Then, she suddenly takes his hands and presses them onto her bare legs. Overwhelmed, the boy trembles, then bursts into tears, fleeing in shame. Crushed, he feels his pure love has been tainted. The woman, struck with guilt, tries to comfort him. She writes pages of apologies, peers through his telescope, and waits for his call. But he doesn't see her efforts. Instead, he fills a basin with water, takes a razor blade, and slices his wrist. The water turns red as his strength fades. By the time the woman realizes, he's already been taken away in an ambulance. Desperate, she rushes to his apartment, only to be met by his landlady. The old woman reveals the boy's belongings, explaining that his spying wasn't perversion, but love. Foolish, obsessive, but real. The woman, who had drifted from man to man for years, suddenly feels something she's long forgotten, the raw intensity of first love. After that, the boy vanishes. The milk is delivered by the landlady. The post office counter remains empty where he once sat, until one stormy night, the woman receives a silent phone call. Though the voice never speaks, she knows it's him. Her heart races, realizing she has fallen hopelessly for the boy she once mocked. Days later, he returns home, frail but alive, his wrist wrapped in bandages. The woman now becomes becomes the watcher, spying on him with his own telescope. She sees his pain, his loneliness, and the remnants of the love he once offered her, and for the first time she understands. Love is not possession. Love is the silent gaze from across the street, the hand that almost reaches out, then pulls back. Love is rediscovering your own beauty in the reflection of someone else's devotion.